Welcome to today's tutorial of a stunning snowflake pot holder or dishcloth, depending on the size you wish to make. It is a hexagonal version of a granny square. I used fiber spiders extended double treble stitch for the raised edges that will help you clean your dishes. And I'm going to show you how to make this. This particular one is 6 rounds of grannies with an edge. So let's get started. We're going to start with a magic circle. Tail goes between your pinky finger and your ring finger over the 3 fingers in a crisscross fashion. Pull through the working yarn and then pull up 2 loops for your first double crochet. So we've got our magic circle all set and our tail off to the side. And now we are going to add 2 more double crochets. Chain 2. Going back in for another cluster of 3. Chain 2, 3 more double crochets, chain 2, and at this point we are halfway done with the first round. So we have 3 sets of 3 with chain 2 spaces in the middle. Let's pull that tail just a little bit so we don't lose it. And back in for a cluster of 3 double crochets. Now I am using 100% cotton yarn. This is the Lily Sugar and Cream brand. Chain 2 here. Let me show you this. I am using this. This is 150 yards. It is a 4-ply, and I am using the recommended H hook, but I have done some with G hook as well. It just tightens it up a little bit. I really don't have a preference at all. And I believe I can get 2 of the 6 rounds out of this. We shall see. Another cluster of 3 double crochets. Followed by a chain 2. And we are tightening up that tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got to get 1 more cluster here. Followed by a chain 2. Connecting into this middle stitch out of the 3 stitches here. Going to go right into the middle with a slip stitch. We're going to tighten up the tail, cinch that circle right up, and that is our first round with 6 clusters of 3. Now we always start in the corner, so we're going to slip stitch our way through the tops of these 3 right over to the corner here. And now we can start round 2 and tighten that up a little bit. I like to leave that free till the end just in case we need to tighten it some more. Okay, chain 2 for our first double, and then back in the corner with 2 more double crochets. Chain 2, back into the same corner for another cluster of 3 double crochets. All right, now each of your chain 2 spaces is going to have a cluster of 3, a chain 2, and a cluster of 3 with no additional change in between. So we have 6 corners here. We're going to have 12 clusters at the end of this round. So straight into the next chain space, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets. Next corner, chain 2, same space, 3 more double crochets. Straight into the next corner with 3 double crochets. Chain 2. And 3 more double crochets. Next corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Last corner, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Now, this is where we sit. We have 6 corners, each with 2 clusters and a chain 2 space. We are going to connect straight into the middle of these 3 stitches here with a slip stitch. And tighten up this space with the tail. And then we're on to the next, which means we need to get to the corner by doing 3 slip stitches in the top of each double crochet and chain 2 and start our first cluster in the corner here. Chain 2, back into the corner with 3 double crochets. And then we are going to start our increases. Okay, so you see how this has the same start as the last row. Follow the corners, cluster of 3, chain 2, cluster of 3 double crochets. Now, our increase is going to go right into this chain space between those 2 clusters. So, we are going to do a double crochet. And ordinarily you would just put 3 right here, and that's your granny square. But we're going to do the extended double crochet, which means we wrap 3 times, because we're going to skip this row and go down here under this middle stitch. So the front post double crochet, we're going right underneath of that, pulling up a loop. I like to hold on to it here to keep these even. Now we're going to pull through 2, but we're going to do it 4 times to create a double crochet, or a double treble, as Fiber Spider likes to call it. And you can see that right up there. There's 4 stitches because we're making up the height from this double crochet row to this double crochet row. And you want to keep it pretty tight. You don't want it to start curling or to be too loose. And then we're going to do a regular double crochet right into that space behind it. loops. So, as you can see, you've got the double crochet, the double double or double treble, and then the regular double crochet here. And that creates those raised ridges there for washing your dishes. All right, into the corner with our first cluster of 3 double crochets, followed by a chain 2, and another cluster in the same corner. Three double crochets. Now we're doing 1 double crochet in the chain space. We're doing wrapping 3 times, skipping a row and going under that middle stitch here in that cluster, pulling up a loop. Now you have 5 loops. We're going to pull through 2, pull through 2 again, pull through 2, and 2 one last time. So we did that 4 times to get all those 5 loops taken care of, followed by a regular double crochet into that same space. Straight into the corner for a cluster of 3 double crochets, followed by a chain 2. Back into the corner for another 3 double crochets. And then straight into the space here between these clusters with a double crochet, wrap 3 times under the post, skip a row down, loop through 1, through 2, through 3, and through 4, followed by a regular double crochet. Now we are halfway through this row. You can start to see the extended double trebles, and we're going to continue around. It's all very simple once you get the hang of the double crochet clusters, the increased corners, and the extended double crochets. And it starts to work up very beautifully. Straight into the middle here with a double crochet, wrap 3 times, skip a row, pull up a loop under that middle crochet, through 1, through 2, through 3, and through 4, followed by a regular double crochet in that space. Straight into the corner, 2, 3, increase with 2 chains in the corner, as you typically do with most granny square patterns, except this isn't a square, it's a hexagon. Straight into the middle, that double crochet, wrap 3 times, skip a row, pull up a loop under that middle crochet, through 1, through 2, through 3, and through 4, followed by a regular double crochet. Into the corner, and you gotta watch this cotton yarn. Sometimes you don't get through all the loops with the floor plies. They tend to separate a little bit. Chain 2, back into the corner for last cluster in the corner there. All right, there was our double. We're wrapping 3 times, skipping a row, pulling up a loop through 1, through 2, through 3, and through 4, followed by a double crochet, and then we're back to the corner. So we're going to go into the second of these 3 stitches right here with a slip stitch, and then we're going to get ourselves over to the corner with 3 more slip stitches so that we can start our next row. Now, there should be 6 of these extended double crochets here. You can tell it's starting to look like it's not going to lay flat, but we will do a round of decreases. Don't you worry. We are going to continue for our 4th round. Following that same pattern. Chain 2, another cluster, okay, now we had 1 extended double here. This next row we're going to have 1 on either side. So we're on row 4 and we should have 2 extended doubles. We're going to go in for a regular double crochet, wrap 3 times, skip a row, and go under this post. So you see how that is? We skipped that row last time and went down here. Now we're going down here. We go through 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by a regular double crochet. And you see we can't skip in the corners because we can't skip down here. So we don't do it in the corners, we do it on the next stitch. Now, we go straight into this next space here with a double crochet. 3 loops, skip a row, pull up a stitch, through 2, through 2, through 2, and through 2, followed by a regular double crochet. Now into the corner for your first cluster. Chain 2 and a second cluster, and then we're going to take a look at what this looks like. So we did our cluster, chain 2, cluster, and we've got the extendeds on either side and then into the corner. So you technically have 4 clusters on each side, as this is the 4th row. All right, into the next chain space with a double crochet, wrap 3 times, skip a row, pull up a loop, pull through 2, 2, 2, and 2 again. Regular double crochet into the next chain space with a double crochet, wrap 3 times, pull up a loop, and pull through all of those loops. Regular double crochet and into the next corner. You'll have to forgive me if I'm going too fast. I just started trying to make these videos yesterday. I have since made 4 of these in an attempt to make these videos and hold the camera in such a way. So we shall see. I might be crocheting too fast. I might not have it centered or focused, but I'm growing a little weary trying to get this on video for a friend who wants to learn how to crochet the snowflake pattern. All right, so we've rounded the corner. We're going up on some more extended double crochets. We're going in with the double, wrapping 3 times, going under that middle post, 2 rows down, and pulling through 2 loops 4 times, followed by a double crochet. Into the corner for our first cluster of 3, followed by a chain 2, another cluster right in the same corner, okay, double crochet into the V space between clusters, 3 loops, skip a row, pull up a loop under that middle, through 2, through 2, through 2, through 2, followed by a double crochet. Hopefully you are getting the hang of this. 3 loops, front post, 4 stitches, and a double crochet. Into the corner, oops, dropped my loops there. Chain 2, pull through 2, through 2, through 2, and 2 again, and a double crochet. Into the next chain space, loop 3 times, skip a stitch, skip a row, and then make sure with this cotton yarn to get through all of the plies. There we go. Oh, I suppose you could probably do acrylic yarn if you are using them for pot holders rather than dishcloths, but for dishcloths I do recommend cotton. It washes much better at higher temperatures and stays rather nicely in its shape and looking rather well. Double crochet, wrap 3 times, skip a row, pull up a loop, through 2, 2, 2, and 2. Double crochet, last one, 3 times, pull up a loop, through 2, 2, 2, and 2. Regular double crochet, same space. All right, we're going to join at the middle of these 3 stitches here. The slip stitch our way to the corner with 3 stitches so we can start our next row. Now, this is where we're at. We've got 3 extended doubles on each side, 6 points. So just finished our 4th row. We've got 4 clusters on each side. Now, you can really see that it's starting to increase here because it's not a square. So we're going to do a row of decreases right in the middle. We're going to skip this middle stitch and cinch it up just a little bit. So chain 2, double crochet, starting round 5, back into the same corner, double crochet. Cluster. Okay, Now, we're still going to have 2 extensions on this row. Ordinarily you would have 3, but we're skipping this middle one for a decrease. So we're going to basically do exactly what we did last time around. Round 3, pull up a stitch through 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double crochet. Skip this middle spot here. Go into the next spot with a double crochet. 3 loops. Pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double crochet into the corner. Cluster of 3, followed by a chain 2 and another cluster. Now we're going to stop and look at what we just did. We've got the 2 in the corner with the chain 2 space. Extended, extended, 2 in the corner with a chain space. Nothing happened in the middle. We're going to pick this up when we come around next time. So we still have 4 clusters. We just skipped that middle part. Okay. Double crochet. Wrap 3 times. Skip a row, pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double crochet. Skip the middle. Double crochet, wrap 3 times. Pull up a loop. 2, 3, and 4. And into the corner. Chain 2, same space, 3 more double crochets, one double crochet, loop 3 times, pull up a loop, 2, 3, and 4. Into the same space for your double crochet. Okay, we're skipping this middle on the 5th row, going straight into the other side. Try to keep it pretty tight in between, not let these loops get too loose, otherwise you'll have larger gaps. 2, 3, 4, and a regular double crochet into the corner. Cluster, chain 2, another cluster, into the chain space for a double crochet. Loop 3 times, skip a row, pull up a loop, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double crochet, skip the middle, double crochet, loop 3 times, 2, 3, and 4. Regular double crochet into the corner with a cluster, chain 2, another cluster, double crochet in the chain space 3 times, skip a row, pull up a loop, through 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. Regular double crochet, skip the middle, three times, all right, and we are over into the corner here. So the only difference with this row is that we skipped that middle spot to try to tighten it up and get it to lay flat just a little bit, instead of adding any stitches this time around. Double crochet into the chain space, wrap 3 times, skip a row, pull up a chain, 2, 3, 4, double crochet into the same space, skip the middle. We're doing one last cluster here on this row, loop 3 times, 3 and 4, regular double crochet, and we're going into the second of these loops here with a slip stitch and 3 more slip stitches to get us to the corner here, and then we're going to see what that looks like. All right, so we're starting to see how us skipping that middle stitch just kind of pulls it in a little bit, and it's going to help it lay flat. All right, now you could stop here if this is where you would like your dishcloth to be. It is about the size, a little bit bigger than my hand. I like it this size, but for a pot holder, you're probably only going to get a 2-quart, maybe a 3-quart on here by the time you get the edging. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're counting that here. That's 5 rows. I'm going to show you how to do the 6th or 7th row, depending on what size you would like. And those are just going to keep going. And let's see, 3, chain 2, another 3 clusters in the corner, wrapping 3 times, pulling up a loop, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going into this chain space because I don't feel the need to tighten it too much more. Okay, so we're doing a regular double crochet into that center space. And then we're going to wrap 3 times. And instead of going all the way down here, we're going to go and catch this chain. So we're just going underneath of this chain here from the previous row, pulling up a loop. See that? We're going through 2, through 2, through 2, and through 2. Okay? So it does leave a gap here because we decreased. But we're catching this chain to create a center stitch yet again. And then we're putting a regular double crochet behind that one. Okay? Into the next space with a double crochet, loop 3 times, skip a row, and then pull through loops and a regular double crochet into the corner, chain 2, oops, another cluster of double crochets, Okay, this is what it looks like here. We've got the cluster of 3, chain 2, cluster of 3. We've got the extended cluster around that chain 2 rows down, and then another extended cluster and a corner. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So because we decreased last row, we're on round 6, but we only have 5 clusters. And we're going to continue around. Chain 2, loop 3 times, skip a row, pull up a chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double crochet. And here we go again into this decreased space. We're doing a double crochet, 3 wraps. We're going underneath of this chain here and pulling up a loop through 2, through 2, through 2, and 2 again, and then a double crochet into that space. Okay? Next space, double crochet, 3 loops, skip a row, 2, 3, and 4, double crochet into the space and into the corner there. With another cluster, chain 2, and a second cluster, okay, so it should look exactly like the other side here. Cluster, extended, 3 clusters, and corner clusters. So you still have 5. Double crochet, wrap 3 times, skip a row, pull up 2, 3, 4 loops, and a double crochet into the center with a double, 3 loops under this chain, pull up a loop for 2, 3, 4, double crochet in the space behind there. Next chain space, double crochet, wrap 3 times, skip a row, pull up a loop through 2, 2, 2, and 2. Double crochet into the corner for 1 cluster, chain 2, and another cluster in the corner here. Double crochet in the space, 3 loops, pull up a loop, 2, second time, and there's the cotton ply I'm talking about, so I'm just going to pull that out. 1, 2, 3 loops through the middle, through 2, 2, 2, and 2. Sometimes that happens when you're too tight in your loops. So it's got to be a nice balance of tension there. Regular double crochet, 3 loops around under this chain here. Three and 4. Double crochet, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, skip a row, pull up a loop through 2, and 2, and 2, and 2. Double crochet into the corner for the first of your clusters. Through 2, all right, there's your second cluster into the space with a double crochet, 3 loops, skip a row, pull up a loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet, into the center with a double, 3 loops under that chain, through 2, 2, 2, and 2, double crochet. Next space, 3 loops, double crochet into the corner, chain 2, same corner, into the space with a double crochet, chain 3, loop 3, woohoo. Pull up a loop, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chains don't come until the edge. Okay, double crochet, loop 3, under the chain, pull up a loop, through 2, through 2, through 2, and through 2. Double crochet. One last extended cluster. And double crochet. And we're going to connect in the center of these 3 stitches with a slip stitch, followed by 3 slip stitches, to the corner. Now, this is where I'm going to pause and do my edging because I'm getting down to the last little bit. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've still got 5 clusters on each side. It is slightly bigger than my hand. All right. For the edging, when I go into the corner, I like to go through this loop because I'm counting my loops here now and not just into the open space. So we chain 1. As for the edging, I'm going to only do 1 instead of a double crochet. So we're going to go back in and pull up a single crochet. And then we're going to do a picot stitch, which is a chain 3 in the corner. There's 3. And then we're going to go back with the same loop on our hook under these 2 stitches right here at the base. And then we're going to pull up a loop through those 2 and the last one on our hook as well. So it creates this little ball here. Now we're going to do a single crochet in the corner. We're going to go into this loop here at the top of this one for another single crochet and another single crochet, which is just at the top of this center stitch here. So for every 3rd stitch, we're going to add a picot. So it's at the top of this cluster, top center. So we're going to do a chain 3. We're going to go back through both of these loops at the base, pull up a loop through all 3. Single crochet into the next space. Now, we're going to do an extended But instead of looping 3 times, since we're not compensating for a double crochet row and a double crochet row, we're compensating for a double crochet and a single crochet. So we're going to loop 2 times, skip a row, and we're going to pull up a loop here. So we've got 4 loops on our hook during this edge round that we're doing. We're going to pull through 2, 2, and 2 again. So there's only 3 loops on that one. Now, you're not going to go into this space behind here. You're going to go into the top of this cluster here for the 3rd loop, which again puts you right at the top of the extended. We're going to chain 3 for our picot. Go through these bottom 2 loops, pull up a loop, and I like to just kind of shift that last loop off as it turns into the little bobble. Okay, single crochet, 2 loops. We're going to go under this. You see that? The post is already lifted, so it's going to be much easier. We just go under there, pull up a loop, through 2, through 2, and through 2, and then into the next with a single crochet, which puts us at the top of the next cluster. Okay, so we're doing 3 chains, go through the 2 loops at the base, pull up a loop. Oops, I messed up the little, getting that last stitch off so it's not too tight. Fold it over there, followed by a single crochet. Okay, chain or loop twice, go under this front post here, pull up through 2, through 2, and through 2 again. One single crochet gets us right to the top of this. We're going to do a picot, the chain 3, through the 2 bases, and off with the last hook there. Okay, single crochet, loop 2, skip a row, and pull up a loop, through 2, through 2, and through 2 again. Single crochet, we're at the top of the center here with a chain 3, through the 2 and off with the last stitch. So we're either connecting up here or we're chaining upward for a picot. Single crochet, single crochet in this loop here in the corner, and then a single crochet in the actual corner, followed by a chain 3 through the 2 stitches at the base, pull up a loop, and off with the chain stitches. Okay, a regular single crochet in the corner, single crochet in the top of this chain, and another single here, which puts us at the center for another picot with a chain 3, through 2 loops, pull up, and off. Single crochet, 2 loops, skip a row, pull up a stitch, through 2, and 2, and 2. Single crochet puts us at the top of the extended double. 1, 2, 3 chains through the 2 at the bottom and off with the last. Single crochet, loop 2 around that extended crochet 3 times and a single crochet. Chain 3 through the 2, pull up a loop and off with the last. Single crochet, loop 2 around that post through 2, 2, 2. Single crochet, chain 3, through 2 and off with the last stitch. Single crochet, loop 2, skip a row, all right, single crochet, chain 3, off with the last, single crochet, another in this chain here, and then one in the corner space, chain 3, through the 2 loops, pull up a loop, and off with the last. Chain 1, single crochet in the corner, top of the next space, top of the next chain, and then 3 chains, followed by a stitch through all of those. So let's just pause. You see what's happening here? You're getting your picots in the corner, and then you're getting them at the top of each of these clusters here, and one in the center. So our last row was row 6. This is row 7. You should have 7 picots, including the corners, along each side. Okay? We're just going to continue around and finish this up. There is single crochet, 2 loops, skip a row, pull up a loop through 2, through 2, and through 2. Single crochet in the top of the chain space, 1, 2, 3. Pull up a loop through the base and off with the last for your picot. Single crochet, loop 2 around the post, through 2, through 2, through 2. Single crochet, chain 3, back through the 2 base loops, and off with your stitch. Single crochet, 2 loops underneath that post, through 2, and a 3rd time, single crochet, chain 3, through the base loops, and off with your picot. Single crochet, 2 loops, 3 stitches, and single crochet. 1, 2, 3 chains underneath both those stitches. Pull up a loop and off with the picot. Single crochet in the chain space here, or into the chain rather. 1 in the corner, 3 stitch chains in the corner, just tuck that picot stitch there, single crochet in the chain corner space, single crochet in the top of this one, and single crochet in the top of that one. Chain 3, through 2 and off with the last, single crochet, 2 loops, pull up a stitch, through 2, through 2, through 2, single crochet, chain 3, through the base stitches, pull up a loop and off with the last, single crochet, loop twice, underneath of this extended crochet, 3 loops, and a single crochet followed by 3 chains. Off with the picot, single crochet, loop twice, underneath the extended post, 3, single crochet, chain 3, pull through the loops at the base, single crochet, loop twice, skip a row, oops, got the green in that one, pull up a loop twice, 3 times, single crochet, chain 3, off with the picot. Into that single crochet, a second single, a third single in the corner, and a chain 3. And through all of the loops, single crochet, second at the top of that one, and a third single crochet, chain 3, pull up through all 3, single crochet, loop twice, skip a row, pull up a loop through 1, 2, 3 stitches, single crochet, chain 3, through the base of your picot and off with it. Single crochet, loop twice, around the post, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 3, and through all 3 loops there. Single crochet, 2 loops, 1, 2, 3 stitches, single crochet, chain 3, pull through all 3 loops, single crochet, twice, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, 1, 2, 3 stitches, 3 chains rather, pull through all 3, single crochet into this top of this stitch and into the corner, 1, 2, 3 chains. Through all 3 for the picot, single crochet into the space, a second into the top of that double crochet, and a third into the top of that, chain 3, all 3 loops, single crochet, 2 loops, skip a row, pull up a stitch through 1, 2, and 3, single crochet, 3 chains, pull a loop through all 3, single crochet, loop twice underneath that extended post, 1, 2, 3, single crochet, 2, 3, all 3 stitches, 1, 2 loops, 3 stitches, single crochet, 3 chains, pull through all 3 loops, single crochet, loop twice, pull up a loop, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. Now you're going over those slip stitches, so it's going to look a little bit different. Chain 3, with 1 picot, and pull up 1 chain, and then we're ready to tuck because we already did 2 in the corner. So we're going to go into that with a slip stitch and pull up a loop. So this is what we are left with. There should be 7 bobbles on each side, our picot stitches, and that's our 7th row. It is slightly bigger than my hand. I did just realize that I am using a 4.5 millimeter for this one, which explains why I have a little bit left. So you can use a G or an H hook, and you can see how it looks very much like the granny stitch. I still have to snug this up, weave in that tail around the center, and I have to snip and weave in the sides. But I did just get 2 out of that 150 yards here on the Lily and Cream, which I believe were, I think, $2 or $3. So the cost is relatively low. Wash and dry on delicate or low heat if possible. Let me know if you have questions. Thank you so much for watching this stunning snowflake tutorial, and have a wonderful day.